Pussy prayers time. Hey queens, I'm back. Back in Gary, ready to read. Feels great to be home. And Better Sex is chapter 5. While this book is mostly about you and your own connection to your pussy, you will more than likely find yourself sharing your pussy with another person at some point in your life. It is important to maintain the same principles even when you are partnered. When someone is attracted to you, it can be attributed to the energy you are putting forth. When we choose to partner, we choose people who we are mutually attracted to. Individual energies recognize each other and desire to merge and expand. It is important to remember that if you are not fully standing in your feminine power, if you still deal with many insecurities or have not been taught your invaluable worth, you may attract and become attached to energies that have not come to stay forever, but have come to break you open and heal you so that you are prepared for your long-term partner. On the other side of this, you being exactly who you are supposed to be will attract people in need of what you have. Your kindness may attract mean-spirited people. Your loyalty may attract people who are duplicitous. Some ideologies will make you think that your vibration attracts awful people to you, so you must be an awful person. This is wholly untrue. Contrary to popular belief, these people are not reflections of who you are, but proof that you have attributes and skills that the world needs. Do not allow people to take advantage of these gifts. They are not yours to give, and no one, not family, not lovers, not anyone, is entitled to them. You do not, under any circumstances, deserve, nor should you tolerate any sorts of violence or mistreatment, regardless of where you are on your path to healing. Nothing that you have experienced is your fault. You are not to blame for any negative experiences thrust upon you by another. Let this be your reminder that your pleasure is your greatest guide and indicator of the greatness and sweetness of life that the divine has designed for you. The further you get from that, the more you choose to ignore what is unpleasant or downright terrifying. The harder it may become to find your way back to center. Be gentle with yourself. You are always learning. Be firm with others about your expectations and what you will and will not accept from them. Do not be afraid to let people go their own way if they refuse to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Do not be afraid to let people go their own way if they refuse to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. No one is worth the sacrifice of your safety, your well-being, your peace, or your pleasure. You may make mistakes or takes, the path you must take to learn who you are, and forget things you thought you knew. Your lessons may not take a form that you recognize. Be accountable for your actions. Forgive yourself. Be sure that if your energies are aligned with another person, you understand the purpose of the relationship and that it feels good. Always, 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 always. We are not meant to give everything up and give all of ourselves away to a partner. When we are trying to remain aligned with the person and not with our pleasure, we end up stifling ourselves and struggling to stay connected. We think that we have to sacrifice ourselves for someone else's pleasure. That is false, and that does not increase our power. A divine relationship should amplify your pleasure and power, not diminish it. Because you are connected to your pleasure and committed to self-care, your juju is on and popping before a partner even comes into the picture. Thus, any pleasure that comes from your partner is only an enhancement. We cannot expect to be refilled and refueled with a partner. A relationship is not going to suddenly make all of our dreams come true. Nothing outside of yourself can bring forth your desires, and hoping that another person does that for you is a gamble at best and a tragedy at worst. Listen, we are the entire package. We come that way, all right? We're the entire cake, all the toppings that we like. Any other topping is in addition to all the toppings that we already have. Just think about everything that you would like on the top of the cake, everything that you like. Because nobody is bringing something else to make you complete. You are a completed cake. We're already complete. When other people come, they are in addition to our divineness. In addition to. Okay? Pursuing your pleasure and standing in your power will lead you to the most fulfilling relationships, even if they don't look the way you expect it. Feel free enough to let your relationships operate in the way that is most pleasurable to you, regardless of social norms. Allow these desires to change as they will and adjust accordingly. Trust that as your desires change, your environment will accommodate to your pleasure. Do not be afraid to release what no longer pleases you. Relationship pleasure. You may decide that being monogamous does not bring you pleasure. You may decide that you do not want a committed relationship, but to engage romantically and sexually with an individual when you feel like it. There are no limits on the ways in which your pleasure can express itself with another person or people. It is within your right to choose the way that you engage with others. However, being led by your pleasure does not mean that you ignore the well-being and consent of the people in your life. While your pleasure is priority, it is only right to allow another person's pleasure to be their priority as well. When you all no longer align or can no longer find a middle ground, be okay with letting each other go in search of what feels best to you. Allow people the option of choosing to go on your journey with you or going their own way. Take into account any expectations or agreements that were formerly pleasurable to accept and adhere to. If that is no longer the case, speak up, even if you fear an impending separation from someone you love or feel deep attachments to. Trust that you are on the path to your highest good, and anyone or anything that is meant to be with you on that path will be there. Anyone or anything that is not meant to be will fall away. Trust your pussy. She won't lead you astray. Being led by your pleasure does not mean that you are to disregard the pleasure of any partner or lover that you engage with. Part of your pleasure should be honoring your partner and their pleasure as well as your own. As you engage with a partner sexually, let go of your ideas of what sex is supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, how long it's supposed to last, etc. The only person that should determine what your sex should be like is you. Learn yourself first. The first step in preparing to own your pleasure is partner sexual encounters is to make sure that you know what pleases you. You cannot expect for your partner to come to you already knowing the best ways to please you. Each new partner must be schooled in the study of your body and your pleasure, which means you must be an expert on your own body and prepared to teach someone the ins and outs of you well before engaging sexually with another person. The best way to make sure you know what you like and dislike is to explore on your own. If we are not intimate with ourselves, we can never be truly intimate with another person. Touch your body. Can you name all the parts of your pussy? Learn what your body looks like, where things are, and what they feel like. Get to know and appreciate your scent and even your flavor. Explore your body and notice sensations in different parts of you. Notice what brings you immense pleasure and what does nothing for you. Do not limit yourself by believing what you should or should not enjoy. Don't force anything. Believe what your body tells you. There is no such thing as normal. Your body is yours. Your body, including your pussy, are fine just the way they are. What you like is what you like. As long as you are not in pain, your body is formed and operating as it should be. The things that arouse you and bring you pleasure are yours to be celebrated and practiced as often as possible, as long as you aren't harming yourself or anyone else. Notice any emotional changes you feel as you stimulate different parts of your body. Get to the bottom of these feelings. Are they positive or negative? Are they blissful or shameful? Working through these emotions is important, so do not skip over this if it comes up for you. If you have been affected by sexual violence and have disassociated from your body, especially your pussy, you may feel anxiety or tension during these exercises. This is a time to get reacquainted. If it is too overwhelming or triggering in some way, remember that getting professional help is always an option and helpful on your journey. Mirror work can help you process distance or discomfort with acknowledging and exploring your body. Sitting in front of a full-length mirror looking at your body, recall your power and your right to pleasure back to you. Ask to be shown what you need to see and do in order to restore your power back to you so that you can truly heal and return to pleasure. Intend to return negativity and shame to the person it belongs to. This energy does not belong to you, and it is not yours to hold.